time for Growing Hope, the show determined to grow up hearts open to pursue the extraordinary. Because you are extraordinary! And now, it's your host, Kathryn Lang.
Hello there. Welcome to Growing Hope. I am Kathryn Lang, your Hope Smith extraordinaire, on a journey to grow up, lift up, stir up, and cheer up the children of God, because we are all children of God. The question is, are we walking out the path that we're designed to walk out? That's where we get stuck. That's where we get into trouble. That's where we end up in the ditch. When we choose our own path instead of the path that we were uniquely designed to do. When we choose to walk out what other people tell us to do instead of walking out what we were designed to do. Our uniqueness. The more we lean into our uniqueness, who we are, that heart seed, that thing that was planted in you at the beginning of time that will grow up into all your possibilities. When we walk that out, then we enjoy the journey. And what's more important, the people around us enjoy the journey more. So we are investing in becoming those people, in encouraging each other each step of the way, in being more hope-filled so we can be more hopeful. We have been talking the last several weeks about this whole concept of becoming a butterfly. In other words, letting go of the things that are holding us down and taking flight into our possibilities. And these last 6 weeks have all been about keeping on, doing it again and again, walking it out day by day, because that's what it takes. You have to walk it out day by day in order to get there. So when we are invested in the keep on keeping on, we have to do things that will motivate us to the next step. So today we're talking about how to move beyond the comfort zone, to move beyond where we are comfortable in order to stretch into our possibilities. Because this week we're focusing on how to keep stretching, how to keep being more, how to keep reaching into our possibilities. So today is beyond the comfort zone. 1, the untapped potential. 2, beyond comfort's grasp. 3, coloring outside the lines. 4, bending the rules. I've spent years perfecting that one. And 5, being uncomfortable. When we are doing all of these different things, when we are finding ways to move outside our comfort zone, we're challenging ourselves to be better, be more, be stronger than we were yesterday. The key is your way, your speed, your timing, your uniqueness. You can't do it my way because I'm me, and I can't do it your way because you're you. So we're finding our way to move outside our comfort zone. Everybody's different in what's their comfort zone. Several years ago, a couple of years ago, I had been doing yoga stretches. I had been encouraged by a friend to attend yoga, and I've written about how I'm pretty sure the yoga instructor was trying to kill me. But when I found my way to do yoga, sometimes it's silly, sometimes it's serious. It is almost always different from the exact pose. I'm listening to my body. When I found my way to do this, and I combined my dance stretches and things like that, then I encouraged my husband to join me one day. And yes, it's as funny as it sounds. We were following a online tutorial, and he will not tell you he's competitive, and he's really not competitive with other people, but he's very competitive with himself. He always pushes himself to do more and to do better, even when he's just starting out. Even if he doesn't understand exactly what he's doing, he's going to try to do it better than you're supposed to. So when he started doing the yoga, he pushed himself a little bit too far, and I'm pretty sure the downstairs neighbors heard his back pop. And instead of listening to his body at that point, he decided to do the same stretch the opposite direction and cause the same pop. Meanwhile, me, who had invited him and encouraged him to participate with me, I was modifying the exercise. It didn't even faze me. I stretched only as far as my body told me to, and I stretched in the way that I was supposed to do. Even though I was uncomfortable in the stretching, I recognized my uncomfortable place and I stopped. When you are walking out this journey, you do not want to stretch so far outside your comfort zone that you snap your back out of position. You just want to move into the uncomfortable zone. We do not want to feel pain. We want to feel discomfort. There's a huge difference in those two areas. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to find that untapped potential. Those things that are there already, we just haven't recognized them yet. Untapped potential propels us beyond the point where we are. Untapped potential is the elements within the existing experiences we just haven't put together. When my husband and I started building the Abundant Life, that's our 24-week program that takes you from developing this personal relationship with God all the way through the process of loving others and then understanding your unique design and then walking it out. So it's a 24-week journey from loving God to living your unique design. Well, what we discovered as we started through this process is we had a lot of the pieces already created, but we had just not figured out how to put them together. We didn't even recognize that they were part of the same puzzle until we started this process. So when we're looking for untapped potential, we're looking for these puzzle pieces that we already have. And then we're finding creative, unique, beneficial ways of putting those puzzle pieces together so that we are creating the image that we're trying to build. But we have to recognize the untapped potentials. And we do this by continuing the process that we've been talking about of walking out our unique design each day. The second thing is to go beyond comfort's grasp. If you are sitting in the same place that you've been sitting, then and you're holding on to that position. And until you let go of that position, you cannot take the next step. You cannot lean into the next possibility. A great example of that is spelunking or rappelling or climbing. When you are in the process, I always taught the boys you need 3 points of contact. 3 points of contact will keep you safe and keep you from falling, whatever those 3 points of contact are. But if you're not willing to let go with 1 point of contact, so that because you've got 2 hands, if you're not willing to let go with 1 hand in order to reach to the next level, then you can't move. You're stuck there. You have to be willing to release your hold on your comfort zone in order to stretch out into your possibilities. Beyond the comfort's grasp is mean you're literally letting go of your ordinary and expected in order to reach out into the unknown. You are willing to take that next rung of the ladder. You have to stretch up and grab that next rung of the ladder. It challenges you. But if you release hold here and you stretch here, it also propels you. It gives you the momentum that you need to move forward in this journey. It elevates and strengthens you because you can't rely on what you've let go of. And when you can't rely on what you've let go of, it challenges you to grasp hold of what is becoming. And if you're going to elevate yourself into your possibilities and you're going to move up into your unique design, then you have to be willing to let go of your comfort zone. The third thing is that we're going to color outside the lines. I can remember distinctly, I had a babysitter that was amazing at coloring, and she stayed perfectly within the lines. She didn't even have to outline the lines to stay within them. And even her coloring lines were perfectly together. And, it was even, it was smooth, it was beautiful. And meanwhile, mine was all over the place. I I usually could stay in the lines if I outlined first, but most of the time I was always going to get a little outside the lines. However, when you are willing to color outside the lines, you are creating a new image. It's not just that you're not doing things the way they're expected, you are creating something beyond what was expected. So maybe in your creation, in your picture, the bear now has a cape, it's a super bear. Maybe when you color outside the lines, instead of being limited to helping somebody write their book, you are helping them create a book journey where they go from a book idea all the way to getting it into the hands of the people who need it. Maybe you are coloring outside the lines by instead of just being a writer, you're a life changer. All because you're willing to color a little outside the lines, not necessarily ignoring the existing borders, but enhancing the image by adding the uniqueness of you. And everything that you're doing is always as in a process of loving God and loving others while leaning into your unique design, your unique voice. Your uniqueness is a superpower. And your superpower requires that you color beyond the limitations of this world. And in order to color beyond the limitations of this world, you have to be willing to color outside the lines. And finally, the fourth thing, I'd say I'm getting ahead of myself because I'm excited, is that we're going to bend the rules. We're not going to break the rules. We're going to bend the rules. And we're going to push to the edge of the limitations of ourselves, of our resources, of our time, and sometimes of the nerves of the people around us. I know that when I am full on 100% snarky rainbow, that this will occur for the people around me. They will experience that I'm on the edge of being too much. But in doing that, I dare other people to be on the edge of being there too much. And the more of us that are willing to be on the edge of being too much, the more we build up the momentum for more people to have a way to live out their unique design. Once you break the rules, once you cross the line, once you smash the etiquette, that causes issues. But as long as you are pushing it to the next level, bending the rules but not breaking them, then you create space. When I was growing up, I was not a rule breaker. I would always read the rules, read the fine print, and then I would bend them. I would go as far as I could go without breaking the rules in order to test my limits and test the limits of the possibilities. And in doing so, more possibilities showed up, more connections showed up, more relationships grew because I was willing to test the limits of the existing rules. I do not recommend this with the law. But with the rules, you can test the limits and test yourself and see how far you can go. And what it does is it stretches your ability to do more and be more in your unique design. It's always got to come back to that. Your unique design, your unique way. You only stretch as much as you can stretch. You don't compare yourself to other people and what other people are doing. You only stretch as much as your system says is safe or uncomfortable but not painful. And finally, Speaking of uncomfortable, you're going to have to be uncomfortable. If you're going to get outside your comfort zone, you're going to be uncomfortable outside your comfort zone. Huh? Because you're not in your comfort zone, therefore you're uncomfortable. But eventually, your uncomfortable will become comfortable because you keep stretching into it. Uncomfortable is about growth and greatness, and all that you're designed to be is just beyond your current comfort zone, because you have to grow into it. You have to move into it. If it was going to come to you, it already would have. You have to go to it, and that requires moving outside your comfort zone. Now, why do we not move outside our comfort zone? Most of the time, it's because we're comfortable. Why do we make our kids come in and give us something that is 10 feet away from us? It's because we're comfortable where we're sitting. Why do we not live our full potential? Because we're comfortable where we are, even if we're not happy where we are. We're comfortable because it's ordinary, it's expected, it's become our normal. Out there, just beyond our comfort zone, is uncomfortable. Why would I want to go there? Well, you want to go there because despite what the world has told you, uncomfortable is not a bad thing. Uncomfortable is a sign of stretching. When I am doing my stretches, if I don't feel the stretch, then I know I'm not stretching far enough. Or it's time to expand on the stretches and do something a little bit different, like we talked about yesterday. The key is that I have to know, for me, what is just uncomfortable and what is going to break my my limits, cause me pain, or cause pain to the people around me. That's where we draw the line. We want to be uncomfortable, but we don't want to cause pain. You are one step outside your comfort zone away from launching into your best life. But you're going to have to move outside your comfort zone in order to keep reaching into your potentials, in order to keep moving yourself and growing yourself to what you're supposed to be, in order to become all that you're supposed to be. You have to move from where you are to that destination. But you can get there. You just have to make the choice to go. And you make that choice to go one step at a time, one movement outside your comfort zone at a time, one stretch at a time. So look for the untapped potential, move beyond your comfort's grasp, color outside the lines, bend the rules, and dare to be uncomfortable. And you'll find that before long, it's comfortable. Your new stretch point is comfortable. So now you get to stretch even more, and you get to move even further, and you get to go even higher into your possibilities and into your potential. And you have unlimited potential dwelling in you right now where you are. It's time to give it wings. It's time for you to take flight into your unique design. And I'm here to help. I cannot wait to connect with you on this journey, on taking steps into what you want to do, who you are designed to be. Connect with me over at KathrynLang.com. Right there. See? KathrynLang.com, and let's set up a 20-minute call to just discuss what it is that you feel growing in your heart, that you feel stirring in your heart, and how to move from your comfort zone into your possibilities. That's it. That's how we get there. We grow our wings, we take flight, and we keep on keeping on until we're there. Thank you for joining me for today's Growing Hope. Until next time, remember, be blessed and be a blessing.
Thank you for joining us for Growing Hope with Kathryn Lang, where we are sharing hope, encouragement, and inspiration to do more. Visit www.KathrynLang.com to invite Kathryn to be part of your event or to share your own stories of possibility living. Until next time, remember that a seed of hope planted and nurtured will grow up into a world of possibilities.